Serenity, you rescued me from the storms I used to chase. I found your voice in quiet waves. In stillness I found grace. No more chains and no more plea. I am who I'm meant to be. At last I breathe serenity.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
Hi.
How's it going, Alpha?
It's Happy Friday, okay? Please get it
Happy
right next
Friday.
time.
Sorry, Friday. My bad, Friday. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good. Doing good. Just got a little bit of a headache. Oh, man. My brain is killing me these days.
That's right. See, I would blame that on all the sugar and stuff from Thanksgiving, but I know you guys in South Africa, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving like we do. Right.
No. For me, it's actually my blood pressure is extremely high, so I've been getting really bad headaches the past few days.
Ooh, that's not
Yeah.
good.
It's
Well, hopefully they're
not.
getting better. No.
Doctor said I must go do some full blood workups next week, and then we'll see what's going on. I
Hopefully
did
they
start
find a
taking new
solution.
medication, so I feel like it might be that, honestly.
That could do it. Well, you got to share the drugs. Share the good drugs.
You know?
So I see we got a whole bunch of people in the audience today. I love it. We got Wildline says, hello, everybody. Hello. BTK, my man. Good to see you, brother. How's it going? So what's up? Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. It was a great Thanksgiving. And man, I hope you had a great one as well. In fact, that's kind of what leads to tonight's topic, where we're going to be talking about the shopping trauma, because of course today is Black Friday and tomorrow is Cyber Weekend, and then I don't know, what is Monday? Cyber Monday? I don't know.
Cyber Monday.
Okay, I get all confused. But I remember growing up, and I remember fights in the shopping malls, people fighting for toys. And of course, when you get family together, there's always some kind of drama. And this actually triggered because I started a fight yesterday. Yeah, me. Yeah, we'll get into that. But I had to go make some amends and apologies this morning. I thought, you know what? I'll bet other people have situations like mine where the family's just a little bit off. Okay, we're a lot off, but yeah, close enough. So I figure we'll get in the rabbit hole tonight because these situations that people experience, because I guarantee I'm not the only one out there. So we're going to dive into it, see how we can avoid them for next year, or maybe how we can navigate through the chaos. So Wally says, it was good. BTK smiling. Says, happy Friday. It's good spend time with family, which is what it's all about. Absolutely. It is all about family, my man. And, every Friday we're here with our family because you guys are our family. So thank you for tuning in. And we got some surprises for you tonight, so stay tuned. We're going to have some fun here. Of course, we'll get into crypto news, bring you up to speed on what's going on over there for a few key pieces of information. Then we're going to dive down the rabbit hole of the topic. So, let's see. Man, you guys are just having a great old party down there. I can't even keep up with the chat, so super sweet. Oh, man, they're talking food now. I'm hungry again.
They are.
CK,
They're talking sweet
man.
things. Your problem, your biggest issue, sweet things. We know how much you love your sugar.
Oh, I do. And I screwed up this morning because I woke up, I did good. I ate my breakfast. After that, I've eaten pumpkin pie and cookies all day. And then about 4 o'clock, I'm like, God, why am I so tired? Gee, I wonder.
Yeah, that sugar crash, I want it too. I really want it. It couldn't be the sugar. Obviously,
Couldn't be the sugar.
You were very active. You must have gone gymming or something. Obviously.
Right. That sounds so much better than reality, which is I spent most of yesterday eating junk food. Today, it was all junk food. And, I wonder why in the afternoon when I'm time to go to work, I'm like, I just want to take a nap. So I did. I took a power nap. So if I'm not as fluid as I usually appear, I do apologize. I woke up 20 minutes ago, snagged a quick shower, and away we go. So, yeah, we'll see how it turns out. It's a train wreck. It's like how family events should be. Okay, so let's get in the crypto news to get started, guys, and then we'll jump down the rabbit hole of tonight's topic and bring everybody up on stage because we do have a full house. We might even have Mr. CK. Not CK, Cyro Kier stopping tonight. So I know last week he was going to join us, then he had the emergency run to the hospital. He is planning on being here as long as there's no tragedy. So fingers crossed, Cy's going to make it tonight because we got something special from Cy. So let's jump into crypto news. So obviously over the last couple of days, markets have been seeing some green. We've seen some recovery, not big bounces, but at least a little bit. Been kind of nice. The crypto market rebounded from last week's panic selling. Bitcoin reclaimed 91K, Ethereum stabilized above 3K, and overall market climbed back above the 3.19 trillion dollar valuation. Yeah, it's going to be a challenging day, guys. Sorry. Too much junk. And the good part about that is trading volume has cooled down about 113 billion, which is signaling less panic-driven activity, but still it's elevated volatility. So you still got to be careful out there, but we're finally seeing some resistance. We're seeing some tokens kind of level out, hopefully find some resistance. And I'm personally hoping it's going to go up, especially since we're going to be getting a Fed rate cut announcement here soon. I think a lot of people are starting to collect for that. I'm expecting a lot of people are going to cut rates, and that's why they're stockpiling now. Because, of course, they cut the rates. Hopefully that should drive our prices up. But fingers crossed, it'll be good news.
Fingers crossed indeed.
Yes, fingers crossed indeed. So next thing I want to talk about, guys, that's just kind of an overview of the market. There's a lot of different things. If there's something specific you want to talk about, toss it in chat down there. We'll dive into it if we know something, and if we don't, we can definitely take a look for it. So let's get into some things that I put out last week. Now, I think it was Tuesday, I put out a video talking about the Defensio. Whoops, I clicked the wrong button. That button, there we go. Defensio mining. Now, this is very similar to Midnight mining, and you can see the video right here on my YouTube channel, how you can utilize the NuFi wallet to mine on up to 40 different miners. And I walk you through how to update your NuFi wallet, get it going. Now, this created a lot of questions in the comments about, well, why do we have to do this on multiple tabs? Now, this is one of those where I could have shown it either way. And some people are like, well, this is not best for my system. And you're right, it may not be best for your system. But a lot of people were asking about, well, why do we have to do it that way? And there it is. Okay. So I tried to save you guys from too much of the back-end detail and research that I do and give you just my solution. But some people don't always want to see that. So if you're the one who really wants to know why I delivered it that way, who was it? But Mr. Ray gave a great explanation as to why I probably chose this way. Now, there are two methods we can mine with this, and I hope that's readable. This is straight out of the NuFi Discord, but there's two ways you can mine, and the first one is sequential mining. Now, that's where you're running one tab, all of your wallets, and putting all of your threads towards those wallets. And from there, it mines multiple wallets, one after another, under a single profile. Now, the risk is that there's a delay. So if one wallet's mining process gets stuck, it holds up everybody. It's like a traffic jam. And that also means you have a lower chance of early success, meaning that if a solution is really quick, having multiple miners, they can catch those solutions where if one is doing a real hard problem and it's stuck there for a while, all the easy stuff has to wait until that's completed. So that's your sequential mining. Now, what I demonstrated in the video was called concurrent mining. So that mines across multiple browser windows simultaneously, each targeting a different wallet. Now, this has a higher probability of success because more mining threads running in parallel increases the chance of finding a solution faster, especially for those easy solutions. Now, that's better for luck-based outcomes, since mining is probabilistic. There we go. More simultaneous attempts improve the odds. Now, this is hardware dependent. The setup only works well if your computer has sufficient performance. So that is why I chose to demonstrate that way. But, I've had some people saying, well, Serenity, that's kind of biased. We're only going with your methods. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So I decided to run a personal test of my own. So I've been running two threads per miner across 10 miners for the last 24 hours. Or actually 26 hours. I did that for exactly 26 hours. And at 1 o'clock today, and I'm going to share this guy with you guys real quick, I changed it up to test this. So I have one browser tab running 10 miners across 20 threads. So I'm still utilizing the same CPU resources. And at the end of this tomorrow at about, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I will have the numbers. And I will make sure to share this in the Down Home Crypto Discord, and I might even do a video about it. But I really want to know side by side, which one works better. So I don't know if anybody else is running this or has done these kind of tests, but if you have, let me know in the chat. Have you run across this, and what were your results? I would love to find out, because I want to find out if mine differ from yours. So what do you guys think? Would it be better to run multiple miners or one miner across multiple wallets? What do you guys think?
I feel like running multiple makes a lot more sense because when you have concurrency, there's usually a much higher probability of things going well. You know, like even if 1 out of 15 hits, you might not even get that 1 out of 15 on a sequential mining way. So yeah,
Right.
definitely think concurrent works are better. But
I
we'll
think
see.
so,
We'll see
and,
the results.
Right. The results will be interesting. Now, I can tell you that when I've been mining multiple windows, I've had a couple crash on me. I have literally had to go and say, wait, the wallet 3 crashed. Okay, let me refresh that browser and get it going again. So I'm wondering if this is going to crash on me or if I'm going to not experience that problem. It'll be really interesting to see what the results are.
That will be interesting.
But it will be. But now, if you have not heard of Defensio, definitely go watch my video on it. And if it's something you've got an old system lying around or even your gaming system, I can tell you, I have been playing Dead by Daylight and Star Citizen with these miners running. I'm even doing it, as you see right now, while I'm streaming. So there is a limited time, though, guys, because there's only 4 days, 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 30 seconds left. And that ends the shielded drop for Defensio. So if it's something you're interested in, check out my YouTube channel, and I will put the website in here for Defensio so you can do your own research and decide if it's right for you. So, Alpha, have you been utilizing your passive computer resources to try to earn some of these airdrops, or is it like, nah, I'm not really worth it? What do you guys think?
I have not. I should, though. I definitely should. It's just sometimes I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's such a pain to set up. And I'm like, like a million other things I'm still doing. I was like, I'll get to it later. And then, later never comes because I think someone did a cool visualization. It was like, I actually have a whiteboard so I can show it. My brain, because I'm neurodivergent, it does this thing where it's like, okay, task 1 is let's see, open the browser. And then it'll be like, okay, task 2 is run Defensio. We can already see the problem. Okay, shit, it wasn't showing me. Because like task 1 and task 2 is on the exact same thread. Now task 3 will be like, oh, go to the shops. Go to shops. Do we see the problem?
It's not getting any better, man.
It doesn't. So now you have like 5 tasks, and then all 5 tasks are on each other. So you're just like, which one was I supposed to do today again? And you're just like, yeah, no, scrap that. We're not doing anything. That's the
that's called
running into.
That's called organization. You got to get together with Wild Angel. She is like the queen of organizing chaos, especially around our house. She's the only one that keeps any of us straight. Because we're like chickens with their heads cut off, running around the farmyard, and she's just like directing traffic. It's like, okay, herding cats right here. That's what our house is like, guys.
I think it's less herding cats, it's more herding neurodivergent, but
it's bad. And Matt, BTK, brother, I am still mining my QRL 24/7. And guys, if you haven't done that, if you got an old computer and here's a secret. I use it to heat my garage. That's right. I've got an old 6-core processor sitting out there in an old beat-up box, parked on a shelf. I remoted into it after I installed Windows and a Chrome tab. I remote into it, control it all right here from the office, and it heats my garage. That keeps my paint from freezing, things like that. So, yeah, absolutely, brother. I've got my QRL miner up and running still, and it's a great way, especially right now during the wintertime, guys. Use your resources you already own, put them to work, hopefully earning you some passive income, but also help it save you money other ways. Just like last year about this time, I took my ASIC miners and heated an animal shelter under our porch. That's how we ended up with Joey and Jax, our 2 new cats. So, be smart about it. This is a great time to do it, especially up here where it's cold. Now, Alpha, you're down there in the summertime where you're like, no, it's too hot.
Yeah, it's definitely too hot.
Horrible.
Oh, my goodness. I'd probably die if I had to run something permanent, like 24/7. I'd just be out here like, whoa, what's the temperature outside? Oh, okay, it's 10 degrees hotter in here, no problem.
And that's when wintertime, when you were sitting there all bundled up, you should have had a computer in your office or just mining away, a QRL or something. Let it earn you some passive income while heating your home. There you go. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Indeed. Definitely 2 birds with 1
Indeed.
stone.
So that's the information on that, guys. Now, the next thing I've got for you, and if you have any questions on that, let me know. Like I said, I will post my results in Down Home Crypto Discord. And guys, definitely, if you haven't already signed up for Down Home Crypto, I got to tell you, I put a lot of stuff in there before I ever think of making a video. Some things I don't even make videos on. I only share it with the community. Just like many other members here, like, you know what? I don't want to put this out to the world. I want to make sure that our family gets first dibs on things. So that's where we do it. So if you haven't already, definitely jump to the Down Home Crypto Discord. And I know I've got a link here for it somewhere. There it is. I didn't lose it. Sorry, I changed my monitors around, so things are all kinds of... I'm trying to find things on a regular basis around here. It gets crazy. Okay, so next thing. Now, I've talked about Wingbits. Oh, man, I did my first video probably a year and a half ago. And this was one of those super, super early opportunities where I was explaining the Crank multi-mining, and I showed you could buy a little box for $40 from Amazon, plug it into your Helium miner, and it would earn Wing tokens. It was an early alpha access to Wingbits. Now, if you go to buy a Wingbit miner, the minimum is $300. If you get it with a GeoNet, it's $1,000. Yeah, you can't do the alpha mining anymore. They locked that up months and months and months ago. But I made sure to get you guys the video, walked you through the setup, all that. Now, we've been waiting for Wingbits to have the TGE event. And sadly, with the way the markets have been, a lot of TGEs have been pushed off. Because the markets just aren't conducive to launching a new token. Not a good long runway. So there was an announcement, and let's see, do I want to do this in Discord? We'll pull out my Discord here, guys, to make this really easy. Hopefully I can... Oh, I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Okay, so let me do it the other way then. Because there is a major, major announcement that I want to make you guys aware of. So we'll do it this way and zoom in. Hopefully that'll get it.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll work. Okay. So, and this came from Robin, founder of Wingbits, TGE timeline and early voluntary reward redemption. So I won't go through all of this, but what they're saying is right now, basically the markets are horrible for TGE. They want to reward people. They want to get that out there, but they know if they do, they're going to hurt the community in the long run. And I can respect that. Of course, we all want to cash in on our hardware, start ROIing, but they don't want to do a full launch on the token. So what they're going to do is their TGE will not launch in the previously anticipated window. It's not going to do it. So what they're going to do is eligible participants will have the opportunity to redeem up to 50% of their earned beta rewards for USDC straight into a stablecoin. Now, they've set aside $400,000 for this opportunity, and this is going to launch. It was, if I remember right, December, you can start signing up for it. So I definitely want you guys to do your research on this, but I want to make you aware of if you have been mining Wingbits for a while. And I think in the next announcement, it gives us the criteria. So let's jump into that real quick. So yeah, there we go. Program details. Eligibility. Any beta station operator with more than 15,000 wings, then they can participate. Distribution is USDC. Redemption amount will be sent directly to your Solana wallet. You can redeem up to 50% of your rewards. You'll be able to see the maximum USDC amount viable for the redemption in your dashboard before making any decisions. Now, the calculation is informed by market research and analysts that resulted in fixed USDC amount, equivalent to the valuing of the overall reward redemption pool at an implied rate of 0.005 for programs purposes. So you're talking, what, half a penny per wing tokens. So if you have 15,000, over 15,000, you could do 50%, so that's 7,500. And if you're doing it at a half a penny, is going to put us at what? What's that, 300 and some odd dollars? Mr. Math Wizard down there?
Let me double check that. Okay.
I'm rolling this off my tongue here, so if I got my math wrong, guys, let me know.
It's 0.0 what?
0.005 times half of 15,000, so 7,500.
37.5.
$57.50?
Yep.
Oh, my math was totally wrong then. Okay.
Very wrong.
Okay. Very wrong.
Calculated
Okay.
was 75K.
Yeah. So I was thinking it was about 300, but okay. So I do apologize. My math is... That doesn't sound right. Are you sure that's right? Okay. Everybody pull out your calculator. What's the runner math test? 0.005 times 500 equals $37.50. Okay, you're right. I can see.
Yeah.
Don't math me on a Friday night, man. The week is over. We should be able to just relax. That's why we carry calculators on our desk.
Yes. Yes.
So-
even though there's one on your PC, but it's fine. Just keep it on.
I
your
got
desk.
so much crap open on my PC. If I touch anything else, I'm going to make it explode. I mean, I've already got 20 of my 24 threads dedicated to mining right now. So, I mean,
Whoa.
my poor girl's limping along right now.
Yeah, I do calculations right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm overworking it right now. So that's where it stands right now. And they are going to let us know on that. And it will be in our dashboard. Now, to give you an idea, if you started way back when I made these videos, with my 2 stations I set up here in Boise, which is not the biggest or the best for plane tracking, I'm currently sitting at 48,072 wing tokens. So, we figure out...
So 24,000, let's go with that.
72 divided by 2. So it'll give me 24,000? Wait. No, I did that wrong. 48072 divided by 2 equals 24,036 times 0.005. Looking about $120. So you can cash in those $120 value. That's half in USDC. So it's totally up to you. And they said they will be modifying the dashboard to let you do your calculations before you make your choices. So definitely jump in the Wingbits Discord. There we go. I'll spit it out eventually. And I did not get the link for that.
The caveat there is that you're obviously in a very not busy part of the world, with like with the planes and everything, the things that they track. So you're likely on the lower margin of the amount of tokens you'd have if you have 2 stations. Obviously, if you're in a place that's a lot more busy, you probably have over 100k wings, so things would look a little better.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, I mean, if you even look at the map of the coverage, Boise has very little traffic over the top of us. To give you guys an idea. So in the dashboard here, it does give us the full map. Yeah. So Boise is this little dark area that has like no airplanes over here. That's me.
Damn.
Yeah. Right here's Boise, Idaho. As you see, there's very few airplanes, but you head up here to Seattle, over here to California, or even back east, there's a whole lot more traffic. So I'm literally on one of the lowest area of the spectrum that you could possibly get. So I never expected to get a lot. But I mean, if you got into this when I did at $40 to get your miner up and doing the multi-mining platform, then if I can cash in $100 on, and what, $80 for 2 of them, hey, that right there is ROI plus profit. And I still have 50% of my tokens. So it's something I will be looking into. And when that happens, I will definitely give you guys a breakdown and do a video and let you know what I decide to do. But if you do have a Wingbits miner, definitely check it out. Follow the announcement. I put the Wingbits Discord in the chat below. Go in there, read up on the announcements. And also, guys, if you're not already, if you haven't realized, Down Home Crypto is also following all of these to keep you guys up to date. So, of course, if you go into our home Discord, here we go, and you scroll down the side here, you're going to find all the different crypto projects that we've been talking about, whether it's Midnight, it's Moonchain, NodePay, Wingbits right here. All their announcements, I make sure to bring directly in here to Down Home Crypto so you guys can stay up to date all in one place. So if there's a channel we don't have in here or something you think we need to remove or modify, let us know. We are willing to follow pretty much anybody as long as it's not just a flat-out shiller or scammer. So we're going to keep you guys up to date the best we can. And Alpha left me. Bye, Alpha.
I'm still there. I was just making a small adjustment quickly.
Okay. Hey, no worries. So there's the link to Down Home Crypto Discord. And yeah, anything you want to see us change, update, or modify in there, hey, toss it in the chat, shoot myself or Alpha DM or any of the moderators, and we will make sure to get that information to you. And if you see anybody you don't want in there that shouldn't be, let us know. We have no problem dropping the ban hammer. In fact, I got to ban somebody this morning. Yeah. T-Style,
Yeah,
thank you, brother.
Yeah.
She was like, there's a scammer in here. Like, you're out. Yeah, we ain't messing around.
Gotta send
So,
back in.
Yeah, absolutely. We have no sense of humor about that. So that takes care of the Wingbits aspect there, guys. Any questions on that I need to cover? Maybe I know, maybe I don't. If not, we'll keep on rolling. Anything yet?
That's a song. Keep on rolling.
Rolling. Keep them doggies rolling real hard. Yeah, that's the song.
Yeah. So if you I don't know. I don't see anything in the comments. I don't see anyone mentioning anything. But I think, let me see. Let me just go double check. So Dev Connect was now not too long ago, and some of the biggest topics was privacy, because recently everyone's been a little crazy about privacy. And actually, someone I know that I also follow is like, is privacy, like, is it important? What about like transparency? And I was like, you kind of need a mix of both, because obviously you don't want your whole private life out on the internet. You want to have certain things private, and certain things you're like, okay, this can be public. So it's like you kind of need a mix of both. And something that we see a lot is like there'll always be people being like, oh yeah, no, why do you need privacy? That's like, are you trying to hide something? No, it's just that you don't. Why would you want everything out there for everyone to see? Are you stupid? It's like, really now, really? Oh, you're stupid.
Okay, I can already see how Thanksgiving dinner at Alpha's house is going to be like, are you stupid? Yeah. Yeah. Good thing family drama is one of our topics.
Listen. Make stupid statements, get stupid answers. Okay? It's like, that's just how it is.
I can't argue. I really can't.
And then, so anyway, one of the coolest things that they mentioned was actually a wallet called Kohaku, where all your transactions and everything is private. So like it has a whole way of where like when you move your funds into it, it shields it like Zcash and all of those things. So it's really cool. And it's built on another wallet called Ambire, which is open source, which is why they could just like fork it and then make it private. Ambire itself is already extremely private in that like when you broadcast your transactions, it goes through a private RPC managed by them. All your data stored on the wallet is managed in a very private way. Like compared to any other wallet, it's the most private wallet, which is really fantastic. And it's one of the wallets that has the most, how shall I say, the best UX and UI features, like gas tanks, the ability to use any token to do your transactions, consolidating your things and all of those things. Like it's just really cool. And they're working with Ethereum Foundation on something called EIL, or the Ethereum Interop Layer, which uses the Ethereum Interop Layer. Literally, it's just something that they kind of did recently. There was a really cool website that like shows you how it works. But basically, this Interop Layer, let's say you wanted to get, I don't know, you wanted to buy an NFT on OpenSea, right? But your funds is spread between Arbitrum, AVAX, and Base. You have nothing on maybe Polygon where you need to buy the NFT. So now the NFT is like $150, but you got $20 on Base, $50 on Arbitrum, and the rest on AVAX, because I know you're AVAX Maxi. So, but now
it's been doing good, man.
onto Pearl. How do you do that? Well, with the EIL, you just be able to click one button, sign one transaction, and all the funds from all three chains will come over to Pearl and buy the NFT for you in one click.
Oh, nice!
One click, one transaction.
Oh, God, that would be great. I know most people who have been around for a few years in crypto, they got money scattered everywhere. I mean, we've all heard stories of, I opened this wallet over here, I forgot about it. I had $50 over here. Like, wow, cool.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I'm just as guilty.
Just like you don't even need to go look for it, because with EIL and something called native and intense, cross-chain intents will go find all your funds, figure out the best way to move it, and then EIL will move it for you and do the buy instantly. Like you don't even need to bridge all three chains over to Pearl. It does that for you. So it's literally just like one click and boom, you're like, oh yeah, I'm done. Now the other thing is, because Ambire has its gas tanks, you don't even need Pearl. You don't even need Pearl on Polygon for the transaction fees. You don't need AVAX on AVAX for the transaction fees. You don't need ETH on Base or ETH on Arbitrum. You don't even need the gas. You don't need the gas tokens. It's just like boom.
Okay, that sounds really cool. I definitely got to research this, because you're gonna have to shoot me some links on this so I can dive into this, and I'd love to do a video on it. But of course, I've got to ask a question. I mean, that's also kind of scary. I mean, if you can approve one transaction and all this money just starts moving everywhere, yeah, that brings about security issues. It's like, okay, wait a minute, how is everything staying safe if it's doing all this? If because I gotta say, I got one wallet that I think something's going weird. So what I do is I make sure there's no gas tokens in that, because it occasionally gets payouts from the anyone token. So I just make sure I have no Ethereum, so they can't do anything with it. And then if I want to move it, I'll slap some Ethereum over there real quick. I'll move it out, and okay, great. And I've kind of burnt that wallet, put it aside, but just in case, one of my airdrop wallets.
Now you see with that, you could deposit into your gas tank, and then without needing to send ETH to that wallet, just move the funds.
Right, but of course the scary part is
abstraction.
Right, but I'm utilizing that as a security feature. So if anybody does, if there's anything nefarious there that I haven't seen yet, they can't control it. They can't do anything with it because there's no gas. Let's say I want to shoot some Ethereum over there, then they're screwed. But this would mean that they could. So
No, they wouldn't.
That makes it kind of scary.
They wouldn't. Only you can move it because only you have access to the gas tank.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research on this because. Yeah, I've got a few red flags here, guys. Let us know in the chat. What do you guys think? I think it sounds really interesting, but man, I've got to dig into this one for sure.
It's actually a feature that's across most of the chains right now. So I don't know if you've ever come across being able to do a transaction for free.
Right.
I know Base did it for a long time. So what they do is they pay your transaction fee for you.
Right.
So that's literally all it is. It's just you depositing your funds kind of into a secured vault, and that uses that to pay your transaction fees without you needing to even move the money.
I'm definitely going to have to look into this one. So yeah, we will dive into this one, Alpha, because anything that's got you interested in security and easy, man, those two words never go together. So I'm excited about this. I just buy Bitcoin and never sell it. Absolutely, BTK, man. Or Ashley, I agree. And hi, Ashley. How you doing, dear? Good to see you. Sorry. No, that is BTK. Okay, I'm confused.
That is BTK.
That is BTK. Yes. It's easy. Leave it alone. Call it a day. And Ashley just popped in, says hello all. Hello, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. And then,
okay.
Let's see. This one's a little interesting. Maybe I should leave that for last. So another thing that I really saw this week was this guy on Twitter called Zan. He helped someone retrieve their wallet, but they lost one of the seed phrase, like one of the words in their seed phrase. So he created a script that would help them retrieve their wallet, and they got it back within like 3 minutes. He just like 3 minutes, he was like, here you go, here's your 24 seed phrase. But I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can run it locally. Obviously, that person gave him everything, was like, look, see if you can figure it out. I'll give you a bounty or whatever. Obviously, giving him all the trust. He did it, proved that it worked, and he was like, here you go. Anyone can take the code and run it themselves now. It's like, damn.
That's scary. And, that's one reason why the QRL token, quantum resistive ledger, is so important. And that's something that I know I've shared with you guys here, and BTK turned me onto it. Once again, BTK, thank you, brother, for that. Because with quantum computing, our seed phrases will no longer be secure with 24 words. They're going to be able to get cracked pretty quick once we get quantum computers fully operational.
BIP 72, something like that, is the thing that introduced monomics.
Okay. It's going to be scary.
Thing is, he was only able to do that because he had the other 11. I think it was like, no, it was 12 one, the 12 seed phrase, but he had the other 11. So the 12th one was easy because it's only 2,048 words that can be used to generate the seed phrase. So you just had to iterate all to 2,048. But obviously, as you get more, if you go up to like 5 missing, it's going to take like probably 5 years. If you have 6 missing, it's going to take 100 years. If you have 7 missing, it's going to take 1,000 years. If you have all 12 missing, it's going to take you like 3 million years. On a supercomputer, I should say, on a supercomputer. On a quantum computer, it'll probably take 5 years.
Yeah, it gets scary. It gets, exactly. Exponential increase. I agree. Just wanted to check and say hi. Hi, Ashley. Good to have you, dear. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Nexus. Exactly. As you have more variables, the harder it gets. But, things like this make me nervous because last I checked, they had of the Bitcoin wallet that is holding all of the Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto created and is holding and it's been frozen forever. Last I heard a rumor that there's 7 of the seed phrase words they have cracked already?
No.
Okay, so
his wallet was created before BIP was introduced, which means it doesn't have a mnemonic. It's purely a private key. So even
Okay.
though people will randomly be like, oh, one day someone's going to crack it, you just need 12 words or 24 words, whatever. No, you don't. You need to figure out
You
this
don't.
private key. That's like
Oh, okay.
a trillion times harder.
That's like super long. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
always
so-
worried me. I didn't know about that. I hadn't done my research on it. I just heard about it. And then when I hear things like this, it can start puzzling them out. That makes me scary. So, okay. So let's go and keep moving on. But yeah, we definitely got to dive into that. I'd like to know some more about that one, Alpha, because it sounds like you got some interesting connections, especially with the privacy, security, and then the easy operation to move money around. That could be super easy as long as it's secure. So I'm going to have to dig into that one, and I'll even throw it at Nexus and turn them loose on it. Wind them up. It's like, get it, Nexus. It'll be great.
Cool thing is that I have like a direct line with a lot of the people working on these things. So I'm always like bombarded them with questions being like, oh, I saw this. Okay, how does this work? And I'll be like, here's the documentation. I'm like, okay, I'm going to read the documentation. Come back and I'm like, yeah, but what about this? What about that? What about that? So it's always go. And then I'm like, they probably have like 500 questions of me just laying there waiting for them to answer.
Scary. Well, with these new big data centers, we're going to see some crazy things in the future. So it'll be interesting.
Okay, and then there's actually some news. I know you're always sharing things from Monster. So Monster did have a text AMA today, just that everything was there so that they can, create like a FAQ and everything. Monster is going to launch their token January 27th. It will be a free sale. And everyone that has NFTs now, your NFTs will be converted to the Monster token and immediately staked. So you kind of just have to go sign a proof of life to say that, okay, you still are active, and then it will kind of be staked. You can withdraw all of it immediately, but you'll pay a 75% fee on that. So it's to discourage people from just taking everything out, selling on the market and dumping the price. But
we're seeing a lot of that.
January 27th is going to be interesting for Monster. And one final thing, Shi-Fi. So we kind of got started on this before the stream, but if you haven't heard about Shi-Fi, Wild Angel, which was going to come up soon, attended something called Shi-Fi. Shi-Fi.org is the website, if I recall correctly. Shi-Fi.
Yes, it is.
.org, yeah. Then you just drop that in the comments. So if you're a woman, definitely apply or non-binary. That's the term, right? I'm not too caught up with those things. But anyway, so if you are, of the
we'll just say female persuasion. Leave it at that. You can figure it out yourself. How's that?
Yeah. if you're interested, go apply, because they do like this scholarships, I believe they call it, where they'll pay for your course and everything. It's a full introduction to the crypto world. Now I know from speaking to Wild Angel, they update it constantly. So every cohort has updated information. So if someone, let's say, something's new, they just finished a cohort, in the next cohort, that new thing is going to be shown immediately. It's not going to be like, oh, they did this course like 6 months ago and it's still the same course now. As soon as things change, they update it. So they're constantly updating everything. And it's an introduction to crypto. It's not the be-all, end-all of crypto, which is kind of a lot of... I'm just prefacing all of these things because a lot of the drama was around that. So there's some people... not going to give their names because we don't want to give them more attention. Honestly, let's not just give them more engagement. I've already, had my words with them already. Very wonderful words, of course. I'm always
of
the
course
nicest person on the planet.
Right, of course you are.
So
right.
Some of the critiques that people have been given is that, it's only the basic minimal information about Web3, and you're just like, but that's kind of what most people need. Right. You don't get into Web3 and go deep into like how does Aave work. You get into crypto and you're like, how do I set up a wallet? How do I?
What is a damn wallet?
What is a wallet? Like those basic things that we take for granted, people need to know. And that's what Shi-Fi does. They teach people that are brand new to crypto. They basically hold your hand through the whole process. When you started riding a bike, you had training wheels probably. Or someone was there to teach you. When you started swimming, someone held you up in the water. I was like, oh, you need to do this. You need to kick your legs. You get these introductions, and that's what they do. And they're really good at it. They've helped onboard thousands of women, I'm not sure how many non-binaries, but I know thousands of women, if not tens of thousands of women at this point. So they've taught all these people the basics of crypto, how to get into it. They've helped them network, helped them get jobs in Web3. A lot of the time marketing, but that's just because, honestly, who's better at marketing? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
This is true. And yes, there has been some drama, and I didn't hear about it till we were backstage talking. Because as you guys know, I avoid a lot of the FUD, but apparently there's people who are causing FUD, and they're saying it's there's some scam things. And I can tell you firsthand, when Wild Angel went through this, that's where I really started hearing about Midnight, because they were one of the supporters during the time she was in class. That's where I heard about it. So I just did videos about Midnight, how to do the night token airdrop, things like that. Wild Angel's the one who introduced me. But to really get a little inside information to find out what happens behind the scenes, let's bring her on up here. So let's bring Wild Angel up here. How you doing, love?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, yeah, SheFi is freaking amazing. SheFi, it gives you that base information. There is so much bogus information out there about Web3, DeFi, AI. My cohort was the first one that got AI. We were
already in action.
Right. We were introduced to Base app in the beta version. We got introduced to Decentraland, Base app, Midnight, all these things that I would never have gone to and checked out. Even though I'm involved with Down Home Crypto, I am so low on the knowledge level that I felt ill-equipped. I felt really stupid sitting up here on Freaky Friday with you guys because I knew very little. I am much more confident now. I at least have that basic knowledge to understand what you're talking about. And honestly, they scholarship more people than pay for the program.
You know,
it's insane.
That also, all right. So another one of the critiques that I saw a lot was, oh, you have to pay for the membership. There was some people are making claims, oh yeah, it's like $800 a year or whatever. I was like, you're wrong.
Ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're wrong. It's $800 and then you get lifetime access. I know this because you've told us this. And I was like, how can you be that delusional anyway? But like, one of those critiques was that you have to pay. Yeah, so that's like the thing. One of the critics was like, oh no, you have to pay. I was like, but scholarships, like, what do you mean? Most people don't even pay, they get scholarship in. And then it was also kind of like, oh, but they get like sponsorships and stuff like that. But yes, someone has to pay for the scholarships. What do you mean? Also, they're a business, they have to pay for events, they have to pay for people's salaries, they have to pay for the mentors. I had a whole space about this where we were just like debating, like, pointing out all the stupidity.
Access for life to Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks is where the SheFi community lives. And we have job boards. We have different sub communities, builders, finance. I should have pulled it up on my phone and I didn't. But there are, a dozen individual communities that you can reach out to people that are doing what you're doing.
So let me ask you, Wild Angel.
It's great.
So we've done a lot of different coverage of SheFi, and I've heard about it a lot because, of course, I live with you. I was there when you went through it, and I even got to check out some of the classes. I was pretty impressed. That they really drew it in crayon, really made it where it was digestible. Things that I tried to explain to you, you didn't get, but when they explained it, it made sense. So it really did seem to help. But I'm curious because I know Alpha he loves to cause problems, so I'm going to go straight for the jugular on this one. So. For these people that are out there saying that they're just scamming, stealing money, directing people to think this direction about Web3, and they're just basically building up these people to be exit liquidity for some project somewhere. What do you have to say about that?
They're full of it. Point blank. They are just full of it. Yes. Something else I heard is we just post cute memes. You know what? We do. Who doesn't post a cute meme now and then? Base app, we did a takeover. We were all in blue. For Base app, we took pictures and they wanted us to post on Twitter and or X, excuse me, but just
So
blast
behind
the
the
social
times.
media with it.
Yeah.
And we did, and we took over Base App for
That
their
works.
on their socials channel. We took it over, and it was great. And Base App came back for a second season. So did Decentraland.
Now, a lot of these like Base App, like Midnight, things like that, they're the ones giving money to supply these sponsorships or these scholarships, right? I mean,
Right.
that's how you guys get to do this for free.
Yep.
So,
And
the
then
fact
we
that-
have a class that's partly dedicated just to them. We have them come and talk to us and show us around, talk to us about the apps. I actually had a one-on-one conversation with one of the people from Base App.
that's
When
cool.
could I, as just Wild Angel, ever ask a question of one of the founders or the
Sure.
devs? I'm not sure which one they were, but when is that going to happen?
Right.
Never. But I
Yeah.
got to ask that question in class.
That's cool.
It's
That's
live
really
Q&As
nice.
with these projects. It's fabulous. So honestly, anybody who's bashing DeFi, maybe they're jealous because they can't be part of the program.
They won't let me in. I tried.
It is geared specifically for women and non-binary because we are very, very underrepresented in the space. So they're teaching it to us in what we consider a safe space for women and non-binary. Okay, I'm being generous, Nexus. Give me a break.
She is trying to be nice. So,
I'm trying
yeah,
to
I
be
wanted to
nice.
make sure. So I want to make sure you had a moment to talk about that because we always like to give you direct, honest answers of people who've been in it, who have lived it, they know that life. And so, Wild Angel, thank you for putting yourself out there. And as you know, I like to throw the hard questions, just kind of throw it to the wolves. So, yeah, I love to hear your experience. I think this is absolutely great. So, guys and gals, I should say gals.
I think
Hopefully.
any woman in this space, whether you've been in it for a long time, whether you're just getting into it, I guarantee you're going to have something that you don't know. That $800 is a lifetime membership. Or I was scholarshiped. I didn't pay a penny, and I still get that for life. I can go back and sit through another cohort. I can pick and choose what classes I want to go to, whatever. I can do this because I sat through 8 weeks the first time.
Yeah, you can always go
this is
see what's
freaking
new.
amazing.
Right.
You can always go
Right.
back and see what's new. Join, maybe
Exactly.
next time there won't be an AI class. It'll be general. What's that? It's AI, and then the thing after that, general artificial
AGI.
intelligence.
AGI. There you go. Yeah. See, she even knew it better than you did. That's how well Shifi works, guys. Brought her right up to speed. I love it.
Maybe they'll teach Kohaku next too, or like EIL, or any of those fun things.
We're going to have to.
But
Probably
Maggie's
will.
amazing. If you send her an email,
Actually,
she will answer you.
did you see at Dev Connect? She was literally there on stage with a baby on her arm.
Uh-huh.
Literally like that. I was like, whoa, that's cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty
That
cool.
just shows she's committed because she like literally
That's
came on stage,
Real as it
had her
gets.
baby on her arm, and was like, let's do this. It's like, whoa,
Yep.
strong woman.
It's as real as it gets. Shifi was born in COVID lockdown.
Oh,
On
I
a
think that's
run.
great.
that makes sense because it's
So-
like that's the perfect time to have been able to actually onboard people, get people involved who want to teach, and because of that, it's kind of like that's why it's tight knit. You know,
Yeah.
you can see that because you come out of lockdown where everyone kind of had free time. You worked on something, you got people involved, built up the community, and now, like you said earlier, 200,000 people since lockdown. That's just like what 4-5 years ago in 120 plus countries.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is
Yeah,
actually
it
an
is.
insane figure.
And
So-
they're really trying to. There's countries in this world that women can't own assets.
They can
There
own
are
crypto.
countries that women can't have bank accounts. Yes, there are, Alpha.
Yeah.
Women cannot have assets of any kind. It's male dominated. And so one of the things they teach is getting a crypto wallet. And how do you make those base transactions? How do you buy crypto? How do you get money into a wallet to buy crypto? There's quests every week. You earn NFTs. I have a whole stack of NFTs from SheFi.
That's cool.
But it's
gamification
designed to help these people who are limited in what they can do. DeFi and Web3 and crypto don't have gender restrictions. They don't have that. You don't have to prove that you're not a female in whatever country that you can't have a wallet. Stop that, Serenity.
I was just verifying. Nope, not a female. I'm okay.
Right.
Some places you have to do that, though. It's crazy.
Right. It helps them get beyond that. And that's why it's so amazing what she does.
I agree. And so if you've heard the FUD, if you've heard the drama out there, yes. Man, people live off drama. And we definitely like to squash it when we know the facts. And I can honestly say that it has been a huge benefit in our household and in Wild Angel's education, because I don't think she would have nearly the grasp of crypto or DeFi or anything of that without that experience. So take everything with a grain of salt out there. And yeah, Nexus, man, I'm totally with you. And Nexus had been sharing, and he always does. And we're definitely going to bring him up here in a second. But real quick, I got a couple things I got to do closing on the crypto thing because we are way over time. But it's been a great talk so far. So I want to bring you guys up to speed. So first of all, of course, like I said before, the market's looking a little better. Our fear and index is up to 20. Last week we were at 11. So that's a pretty big jump.
Hey,
so
big.
That's a win.
Big.
We're almost out of the red. We're like at that red to yellow zone, so it's getting better. Now, we don't know if this is going to last. A lot of people are talking this is waiting for that interest rate cut to hit, so we will find out. Don't really know. But, of course, I always want to keep you guys up to date on my Monstros POX. So this week on POX, we made 48 cents. Still 20% APR. Not bad, $100. I just threw it in there, and it's been setting, and I've been giving you guys a week-by-week playout. So, hey, might be worth something checking out, and especially since, Alfie, you're saying that Monstros has some interesting things going on over there. So, make sure to throw that in the chat here. And I'm seeing, do you have the link for Monstro? The Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll toss that in the chat. And I can tell you that Various over there, the man in charge, is an absolute amazing brother in arms. He's always helpful and supportive, and even reached out to me earlier this week, offering me up, talking to interview an individual who's running a crypto project. It's a meme base, so it's one that I had to respectfully deny or refuse and say, sorry, it's not a good fit for my community, because I always want to watch out for you guys first and foremost. But just having those connections are just great. So if you haven't been in Monstro, I highly recommend jump to the Discord, get to know the guys and gals over there, because they are amazing. They're real people who are really trying to help and make this world a better place. And Alpha will share that link as soon as he finds it. So while we're waiting on that, I think that wraps up all the crypto information. Crypto information. I'll spit this out eventually. Yeah. Hard words. Words are hard today. It's Friday. So, of course, tonight's topic is surviving shopping trauma and family drama. Now, drama, of course, is all over the crypto space, but when it is actually in your living room or in your kitchen during a family event, or when you're going out to buy toys or whatever for Christmas, that's when it gets hard to deal with. We kind of expect to fight it in the Web3 world, but man, on the streets or in our own living room, it gets kind of challenging. So we're going to dive into that because I actually caused a fight yesterday. I had to go make amends today, and I'll tell you about it here in a sec. Let's get everybody else up here. So, of course, Mr. Nexus himself, how you doing today, brother?
Oh, kicking tires and lighting fires wherever I can. I have to fight fire with fire these days, especially on the SheFi side of things.
Right. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that to our attention, because I had not heard any of that, Nexus, man. That's just crazy.
Yes, it all.
I sent it to you in DM.
Yeah, he sent you, but I'm sure the genesis point of it, but it's spiraling out from there, and there seem to be basically two sides very obviously forming in this. You've got a bunch of Milady NFT PFP people basically making incel talking points and articulating that they think that the She-Fi people are grifters and thirst trappers and this and that and the other thing. And then on the other side, you have basically well-intentioned normal people in crypto who are looking at all of this thinking that it's fairly unhinged, and there really is a whole lot bigger targets you could be punching at if you're wanting to complain about grifting and fraud and thirst trapping. Like I know a few million-plus follower accounts that could be punched around on that, and I'm pretty sure not a single one of them is given She-Fi an $800 membership fee, so take that for what it's worth.
I would agree, and I know there's a lot of them out there, and thankfully that's one of the things we're starting to see YouTube and some of these social channels start to eliminate those grifter, content creators, KOLs, whatever you want to call them. They're starting to fall by the wayside. I've seen a lot of channels get canceled, and like we talked about a few weeks ago, that's one thing that kind of made me fearful, and that's why even though Various brought this opportunity to me, I had to look at it through that mindset. It's like, dude, I do not want to be associated with anything that just seems to be more of a money grab, a get rich quick, an exit liquidity opportunity, and I had to decline it. So
almost none of those channels who were canceled were disclosing what stakes or what payments or anything like that they were taking in receipt for the platform they were giving for that content. Now, right. If the people who disclosed, who were always transparent, who were always upfront about that, and who did what they said they were going to do, none of those people have been canceled. I mean, I have 33 paid promos, I think about 20 of which projects failed. But I disclosed they were paid, and I gave away 50% of what they paid right in the Discord server in the middle of the video.
There you go. Perfect. That's the way to do it, man.
It's all right there. It's all up front. And the 50% that I didn't give away, I gave away to the team who runs the Discord server. So there you go. It is. That's the business model.
Reward for hard work.
Business model. It's a collaborative business model. It was publicly cooperative business model. We conduct everything on Discord. We've always done it that way. What have I even been sent an email by YouTube? No.
Nope.
YouTube hasn't even sent me so much as an email saying, sir, you did an undisclosed paid promotional video. We're going to have to strike your channel on basically market manipulation grounds, which, again, these channels are on private platforms. So these platforms can do this all they want. And then on the other side of this, you have entire streaming platforms where there are basically no rules. It's the total Wild West. And as long as you have an audience, you can lie, you can cheat, you can non-disclose, you can do that all day, all night long. And no one will stop you because the platform wants your views.
Exactly. They let things slide just because they want to make the money off advertising stuff. If you're in there watching, they're making money. Now, they don't care what you're watching. Unfortunately, they have to some degree. Otherwise, the people over here start screaming. But for the most part, they could care less unless you're doing something like horrific. And
so when I see these Twitter milady profiles accusing a vast swath of women in Web3 who given an annual member or a one-time membership fee, that's the first problem that I have with this discourse, actually, is that they're straight up lying about the business. They're saying it's an annual membership fee. Everything that I've seen going back to the first season of classes that they ran says that it was a one-time cost, No one has ever paid them twice. I have no evidence of anyone paying them twice, unless I guess they have charged for tickets for an event or something. But again, that's a different thing. It's a separate thing. It's an event. We've rented a venue, a physical space. People are going to show up. They're going to talk. There are seats. There's giveaways and stuff inside. Like all of that takes place, and that's a service. That's a business. That's a real business. That's not a multi-level marketing scheme. That's not grifting. Grifting is you give me the money and then I don't do anything for you.
Right.
You just give me money and then I didn't
Thank
do
you.
anything.
Out of here.
That's what grifting is. But
Yeah.
what to equate what they are doing with what some of the creators in the space have done, I'd even go as far personally as to say some of the crypto Shark Tank creators are bigger grifters than the founder of SheFi.
Absolutely. I would totally agree with that one. It's crazy. It's crazy what people are doing out there, and it just gets crazier. And one person I know that has had to endure some of this firsthand, although he keeps it to himself and he endures it strong, like the man he is, Mr. CK himself. How you doing, brother?
Yeah,
That's okay.
Hey, what's up? Those were kind words. I'm not deserving of those words, but thank you.
You're very deserving. I know a little bit more than some do, and man, I know what you've endured, and you have done it like a rock. I have been impressed because I think I would have lost my shit personally. I would have freaked out. Not gonna lie.
I have
these words have been fact-checked by authentic crypto degenerates.
yeah, I've lost it a few times, but caught it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's what matters, man. We come out the other side stronger, and the fact that you're still here, so great to see it. I would expect you to be like loading a truck and moving this weekend. I didn't think you'd make it, brother.
So moving out tomorrow, moving in whatever tomorrow morning, early. So very excited, and then won't have internet for a few days, which will be fun. I'll have to like talk to people and like in real life and stuff.
Like real life? Wow, like really real life, huh?
But yeah, it's all good stuff. But yeah, I mean, to touch on the topic, right? I mean, more than the shopping trauma. But I just wanted to touch on something I think, Serena, you would like. I was really, really nervous going into Thanksgiving yesterday because this hasn't been, let's just say, an easy year for my family, as it probably wasn't for many people. I was dreading it. I was actually really dreading it, and then it ended up turned out to be amazing. It was a great time. So like, yeah, it was. What I would say is, like, don't always look at everything in the negative. Sometimes there are people that actually love and care about you and have your back, and it turned out to be a great Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody! And that's about it.
I love it, and happy Thanksgiving, man, or day after Thanksgiving. I think this one I give thanks because this is when I get to have all the leftovers, all the cookies, the pies, and all the good stuff. It's like I can just eat as much as I want, not go anywhere. Thanksgiving, I got to be kind of presentable sometimes, on occasion. So, yeah, we're definitely going to jump this topic. I was hoping Cyril would show up, but I haven't seen him yet. I do have a surprise for you guys later, I promise you. What do you guys think? Should we wait on that, or should we do it now? What do you guys, let me know in the chat, what do you guys think we should do? Should we deliver the surprise now or make him wait?
I don't know what the surprise is.
I know. Should we be
simmer.
evil? Okay, we'll let him simmer a bit. So I like that. I think we should. Do it! Surprise! He says, give us the goodies! I'm going to make you wait a little bit. So, because, one of the things like the trauma and the drama, of course, if you were out shopping today, please let me know in the chat. I want to know if anybody here was crazy enough. Courageous enough. There we go. That sounds a lot better. To get up super early, go out and fight the Black Friday crowds. Were there fist fights in the aisles? How did that go? How did you deal with the chaos? Because I couldn't do it. Man, there's not many things in this world I'm afraid of, but Black Friday sales at 9 a.m. for a Cabbage Patch Kid, that shit scares the hell out of me. I'm not going to lie. That crap terrifies me. I ain't doing it. So let me know. Did any of you guys go out?
I made it to Dutch Bros at about 11:30 to try to get one of their ornaments when their ornaments started at 10, and they were gone. That was about the extent of my Black Friday excursions. I went to Dutch Bros for coffee.
Did you get coffee at least?
I did. I
Okay,
actually got a blended hazelnut truffle mocha with an extra shot.
Ah, that's why you're all perky today. Okay, that explains a lot. But no ornaments. That sucks. So, Nexus, you said you went out, buddy? Really?
Not on Friday, no.
Oh,
But
okay.
the funny thing about Black Friday this year was that the consumer economy for the under 50% super rich people sucked so bad that nobody was doing any shopping in September or October. So now that it's Thanksgiving week, everybody was like, well, they're all going to be traveling for their families and probably not going to do anything this weekend either. So we better start Black Friday a week early, which is basically what everybody did. They opened up a week early. I mean, even Gabe Newell and Steam, who are usually some of the most thrifty, stingy businessmen I know, they run, besides Tether, they run one of the most profitable corporations on the planet, per employee anyway. And Steam opened their Black Friday sale Sunday night.
Yeah, they did. And I've been looking through the games. I'm a gamer, and yeah, I've been watching.
That speaks to me that the consumers needed economic incentives and time-weighted opportunity to get out and get the prices so that they didn't have to fight Friday, Saturday, Sunday traffic trying to go shopping for Black Friday deals.
Well, I know a lot of retailers, even the last few years, not just this year, but even since COVID, have started doing longer Black Friday. I know Lowe's, we don't have just Black Friday. We have all of November and December that we've got sales going on. So
Yeah, Amazon started it on the 20th, November 20th. I even went today. I actually went to the mall. First time I've been there in like 10 years.
Oh.
Whoa.
Dude, you're braver than me. I refuse to go.
No, in and out, 5 seconds, honestly. They had more employees.
Just going to watch.
Yeah, no, more employees than people, I would say. More employees than customers.
Oh, damn.
I went to Macy's, which is like, I don't know if that's near you guys. It's like a department store. And yeah, it was solid. 50% off all suits. Grab a suit, 50% off. Out. In and out.
Nice. Damn.
Wow.
That's impressive. And that just lets you know how bad our economy is when even Black Friday is like, yeah, speed through the aisles. No problem. Nobody's there. It's like, wait, what? We can't even give this stuff away. That's scary. That just shows how broke most people are right now and how terrified they are in the crypto world. It's scary.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, it's true. There were more employees than customers at Macy's, I would say, today.
Wow.
That's
That is
actually
wild.
Crazy. What?
Because a lot of people shop online for stuff. I mean, Black Friday, you can get the same. It's not the same as it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where you had to go in store to get these deals. You can get the same deals online. So why deal with all the BS? Why get up at 4 o'clock to go stand in a line? Hell no, I will sit in my jammies with my coffee and do it online.
After you get your coffee from Starbucks or Blockbuster or wherever you
No, I was online
Yes, brothers.
with regular coffee first.
Oh.
I had to
See
work
if you
this
got.
morning, remember?
Oh, yeah. But if you would have gotten up early, you might have gotten an ornament. See? There you go. You missed out. Sorry. Is it the end of the world, though? No. Okay. Good.
I'm not
Not life-threatening.
heartbroken. Or as your brother said, I'm not mad at it.
That's such a weird phrase. We're not even going down that rabbit hole. And, but you know, it is good to know. I'm glad that it doesn't look like anybody suffered trauma on Black Friday. That's great. And man, CK, if you got in and out that fast and it was just that smooth, that's awesome. I refuse to go to the mall. I absolutely refuse. I went once like 12 years ago because there was a Disney store and I had to get one particular item. That's the only where in the state I could get it. So I think that's the last time I went to the mall. And it's probably the last time I ever will go to the mall unless if I have any say over it.
I'll be going later, so good luck to me.
Yeah, good luck to you, buddy.
I do need to get some food shopping done, so you know.
At the mall?
Yeah, I need to get some food stuff. A lot of
your malls must be very different than ours.
A lot of the specials were in store only.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Get with the times, people. That's why we got internet. Home delivery. Why do I have to go in store? That's just dumb.
I remember Joanne Fabrics Black Fridays. I would work Black Friday at the cut counter for Joanne Fabrics, And holy crap, there were people that would wait at the cut counter for 5 hours to get their fabric cut.
Damn. There's nothing I
No
need bad
shit.
enough to wait 5 hours for. That maybe the
I
DMV.
know, right?
That's it.
Say what?
And
I
then
just come
wait
back
another
another time.
hour or two in checkout line.
Oh my God.
They'd be
That's
like
crazy.
there all day. No, just
Damn,
no.
that's crazy.
The snow. That is crazy. And, you know, it's amazing how things change, but at the same time, it's also amazing how some things stay the same. So we've seen Black Fridays evolve, Cyber Mondays, and all that stuff going on. But yet, the other side, the flip side of that coin is the family drama. Now, of course, these are always following Thanksgiving, holiday season, and that's where all the family gets together. And, you know, this year specifically, and I'll tell you about it, guys, give you a quick backstory. Yes, I started a fight. That was totally me. And it was because I reacted the way I used to. My mindset didn't evolve with me over the years. And when one person in the family said or did something, triggered a response from me years and years and years ago as a little kid. And that little kid came up swinging. Absolutely did. I was totally in the wrong. I had to go today and I made amends and I apologized. And I apologized to my own family. It's like, hey, guys, I should have handled this so much better than I did. And I am sorry. But I spent my Black Friday morning talking to a family member of mine and apologizing. Like, I screwed up. Regardless of how it was delivered, I should have reacted better. So it's interesting how things like finances, technology, things like that evolve, but yet we as a family or as a person tend to fall back on our old habits, our old mindsets. And man, CK, I'm glad you had a great holiday season because I was really worried about that because I know you've been through some trauma this year with family. And but I'm curious, does anybody else have that same situation when you go into family events where all of a sudden you revert back to a 10-year-old kid when you were getting punished and you start having those family bickerings? Does that still happen or is that me?
Just to cap off I'd say this was the first like adult, like there was no like bickering over whatever. We could bicker over anything, politics, religion. If the turkey was too dry, my aunt overcooked it for sure, but I didn't say it out loud.
Good man, I'm proud of you.
But yeah, no, this was an all love one, so this was good. But coming from the dark till like I would say for me. But I'm happy to. I would love to hear everyone else's experience.
Absolutely. What about you, Nexus? How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Well, it's the second Thanksgiving in basically a 17-year adult working career that I did not have to work. So
cool.
It was peaceful in contrast to past Thanksgivings.
That's a good thing. So does that mean you got to spend more time with your family at family events, or how was your thing? Did you hang by yourself, or how did that play out?
Well, Pop was able to be home for, let's just say, semi-unemployment reasons. He got laid off his job due to some unfortunate drama earlier this year, and he's been kind of struggling, and it's been a tension point on the family. But we're taking care of him, doing what we can for him, and this year they had a very peaceful Thanksgiving where him and his wife sat around watching football and eating while watching football, which was not how they've typically spent Thanksgiving, but that was what they wanted to do. So I left
Perfect.
them alone to do that.
That works. I can respect that, especially as a working person, and going through tragedies like that of not knowing about employment or how we're going to survive. That really sheds some dark shadows on holidays, or can. And it sounds like they kind of embraced it and found a comfort zone to kind of go through it.
They decided to cook for themselves and eat alone instead of being surrounded by a whole bunch of other people and gossip and drama and hearing everyone else sort of, I guess, like celebrating or bragging or something. And they were just like, no, we don't want to deal with any of that. We're just gonna quietly eat and watch football.
And that's interesting because some people would say that, well, that's just being antisocial, and some people could get upset. And I'm sure that is probably going to cause a future drama somewhere with aunts or uncles or something like, you just didn't want to spend Thanksgiving with us. And it's like, well, you're kind of right. Yeah.
I I had another. Well, it freed me up to spend time with a friend of mine who had been isolated from a family Thanksgiving that he had fully planned to attend and fully wanted to be there. But because they have, as many of us do, aging relatives with some health vulnerabilities, he picked up strep throat in his business travels this past week, and the family basically said, no, we don't want you to come. There's too much of a chance you'll give a potentially lethal upper respiratory infection to our relatives, and we don't want them to do that. And he's like, to him, it was like, well, God damn it, you're treating me like this was COVID. Like, I can be careful. I can, keep my distance. Like, I still want to let me come. He wanted to come. They were like, no, you can't come. You can't come. You'll put the relatives at risk. So you stay home. You're not invited. You've been uninvited from family Thanksgiving because you have strep throat. Which, okay, I guess it's not political for once, but still, like, it was. I could tell that really bummed him out, and I spent Thanksgiving evening with him playing Battlefield.
Nice. Good way to do it, and. Man, it sounds like a lot of pieces fell into place to really make some good in the world, even a bad situation. So, man, I'm proud of you. And I'm sorry your friend had to go through that. And I've been in similar situations where, you have to make those choices. And there's no good way to win that. I can't really blame the family for being cautious. But at the same time, I feel bad for him for having to endure that. So man, that's rough.
Yeah, so I think he just had some cocktails and some hot tea for his sore throat, and and made himself dinner and played video games with me. It was a decent.
And so then to feel better, he just shot people in the face. Okay, that's what we do.
Like I put him in an infantry fighting vehicle. We spawn camped outside the enemy, so he was just he was out there committing war crimes with 50 caliber machine gun. It was a good time.
All right, guys,
awesome.
I gotta duck out because my fiance has to get ready for work now, so I will be going to help her with that, getting her lunch and everything, because that's what I do.
Aww.
So I'll see you
Good
guys
man.
next week.
Sounds good, Alpha. Have a good one. Bye, Jade. Have a great day at work. Wow, he's gonna miss a surprise. You have to be playing this on the background, Alpha, because we're gonna have the surprise here in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll just not be on screen anymore.
That works. Okay. That works. Okay, because you're gonna want to catch this. I'm still waiting for Sai to be here, but he is apparently busy, so that's okay. He said I could give away this surprise, or I could reveal. I can't. I'm not really giving it away. I am, but we'll get it.
Granted permission to be Santa Serenity.
Yeah, that's good. I need some good positive vibes. Because as Wild Angel was there during yesterday's, it was an interesting event. And, it's kind of funny because my youngest son, Revenant, as you guys know from the Discord and has been in here, his girlfriend, fiance, has a very different family structure than ours is. When we get together, we are all very loud. And he got to go over to their Thanksgiving yesterday morning before he came to our house. And he said, Dad, it was so weird. It was quiet. It was like one person would talk and everybody else was silent. Then the next person would talk. Then the next person. Man, we get my family together. There's like 10 of us in a room that's like a 12 or 14 by 14. And we're all talking full volume. I mean, you can't even focus on what's going on. You can't even hear the conversation. It is absolutely insanity. It's controlled chaos at best.
At best.
Yeah, at best. Sometimes it's not even controlled. It's just outlandish. But it's even worse because the adults are just as bad. Half of us are deaf, so we're talking really loud because the person in front of us can't hear us anyway. There's another deaf conversation over here and another one over here, so everybody's like yelling at each other.
I can't hear you over the Bing Crosby.
Right. It's horrible. It's horrible. And yes, a situation occurred where literally I stood up at the top of my lungs and yelled, "Stop!" And everybody kind of looked. And this whole crowd goes dead silent. And our crowd doesn't go dead silent. And they all turn to look at me. So, okay, now, you had something to say. Please say it. It's that important. And I did everything wrong. I really did. So, Wild Angel, I'm taking my licks. I screwed up. There's no good way to put it. I took my accountability. We discussed why it happened. But I'm curious, what was that like for you to be on to a viewer in the middle of this chaos? Yeah, how did that play out? What do you think?
Well, yes, it is chaos. And I get highly overstimulated on holidays and start shutting down. I end up in my corner with my crochet hook. It's like, okay, I'm done, but I still need to be here, and I'm just done. And so when Serenity did that, it did throw me back to previous existence. And it made me go, holy moly.
And a lot of swear words like, oh dear God.
What just happened and who's going to die? Because in a previous rendition of Serenity, when that happened, really bad things could happen. And it made me kind of go into that little kid hide in a corner self-protection mode for a few. I know a lot of us tried to laugh it off.
Right.
And tried to lighten it up a little bit. But yeah, it was.
But the tension,
it kicked a few of us back into that.
Yeah, it had already been ratcheted up at that point. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already cruising at a stress level of 7. I mean, you get that many people doing that, it was already up there, and I took it to like a 19.
Yeah.
And like Wild Angel saying, she knew me back. We went through addiction and recovery together, and the old Serenity, how I used to be before going through my addiction recovery. We have. There's a reason we're in Idaho. We're not very stable, and we are extremely dangerous. I've destroyed a lot of things. I've done a lot of things I regret. I'm not proud of them. I'm not bragging about them. I'm ashamed of many of them. But at the same time, they are how I learned. I couldn't be the person I am today had I not gone through that trauma and that darkness and destruction that I have. And literally, my emotional state went to that level. And it's looking back, it was terrifying that I can still hit that level. It's like I thought I was better than that. I thought I was stronger than that. And so those traumas that we exist in the past still haunt us every day. And we have to fight those battles, whether you're an addict or not, whether you've gone through recovery or not. And guys, I got to tell you honestly, if you've had any trauma in your past, I strongly recommend get a hold of a recovery class or a recovery counselor. Talk to them, start learning about it. Because I don't think any of us have gone trauma-free in our lifetime. And I think we could all use a little bit more knowledge or skill sets to deal with it when those traumas pop up. When they rear their ugly heads, because they will. And
I have advice. Yeah. I have instant advice I can give on this. Okay, so
do it.
This comes from life and being the child of a 35-year child and adolescent psychiatrist. Okay. One of the most obvious vessels for processing latent and unmanaged trauma is creative pursuit and hobbyism. What do I mean by this? I could mean a number of things. Could mean athletics, joining a team, joining a squad, participating in some sort of community athletics program. It could mean cross country, right? Where it's you and a bunch of other people just jogging, trying to see if you can get a good time on a complex terrain run. It could be art or music or painting. In this day and age, it could even be game design or film and television and stream program design. Creative writing a book, writing a comic book, a combination of the written and the visual, right? Like there's so many outlets for this sort of thing that are healthy and constructive and can get you together with other people who will then not only help you with the problems in the hobby, in the moment, in the pursuit of the creativity, but your creativity itself is then shaped by and a product of this act of processing what has happened, what has gone on. And I have seen this be so powerful in the world of art and creativity and financials, frankly, like producing something that sells, that I have seen artists who were basically non-functional, suicidal, eating disorder-ridden, depressed messes turn their brokenness into just absolutely incredible works of art, both in the visual arts medium, in the interactive arts medium, and in the written and literary arts medium. And I've seen them become best-selling internet novelists. I've seen them produce canvases with oil on canvas that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, where they invested time, this pain, and a little bit of paint and material. And out of that came not only life, not only money, not only resources and material and reputation and all of those things that we consider success and career to be built out of, but it also came self-affirmation, that they can produce, that they can be successful despite or in spite of how shaped they are by what has come before.
That's pretty interesting.
Value.
It does. Absolutely.
In that immediate pursuit, if I come up with any characters, narratives, plots, scripts, movies, television, anything like that in the future, Serenity, I'm probably going to need you as a consultant on how certain people in certain mindsets would act in certain situations. And then we can invest some of a dark past into a positive, creative, constructive future.
I'm totally for that. And, I never really thought about it, but in a way, I'll bet that's exactly what Down Home Crypto is all about. I'll bet that's one reason why I created this and started this. This is my journey on that healing process. I never thought about that.
You're
It is
just
a
figuring
component
it
of your
out.
journey. Some might even say a foundational component, because it got you out there.
Right.
It got you networking. It got you doing something on a routine, on a schedule, which requires some discipline.
I suck at that one.
Don't swear at him, please.
Well, you still try to show up every Friday.
I do.
Show up
And
in the Discord server every day. That's not nothing,
Right.
sir. To a lot of people, that's nothing. But not to me. I'll give you an example. I had a guy who this time a year ago was freebasing fentanyl on live streams.
Oh,
Okay? Right? Where is he today? 1 year later, he encountered me around winter this time last year that's when I met him. He was like a dark web drug merchant. Where is he today? He's quit. He's off of fentanyl. He's off of cocaine. He is now passed a drug screen. He passed a background check, and he is a private in the Canadian military.
ooh,
hell
right, impressive. Well done. That is
Very well
impressive.
done.
And that all
that's dope,
stemmed
man.
from a single chance encounter in a Discord chat. Life takes you funny places. And I didn't even know that a chat room I ran could have an impact like that on somebody. I'd always wanted to be able to have an impact on somebody like that. But now I have at least one person who is like pointing at me and like, yo, without your encouragement, without your support, I couldn't have got where I am. And there were a ton of people who said, no, this guy has no discipline with his background, with his family trauma. Like he is destined to, he will be dead or in jail. There are two, if he is 50-50 odds, those two places he's going to end up. Well, he ended up none of those places and defied every prediction about where people said he was going to end up. And,
Oh man, that is huge. That is
and
impressive.
what did it? It was very simple. We needed to figure out what was driving him to use. And it turns out that even though he lived in Canada, his small town existence and too small community meant everyone knew each other. Everyone knew where everything was happening all the time. And in that environment, everyone suffered from Appalachian syndrome. There's no jobs, there's no work, everyone's bored. But if enough people have money and houses and places to be, that everybody just gets high all the time. And now that, like, we broke him out of that environment. I said, you got to get away from that place. You got to get away from those people. And when he did that, when he was still bored and he still wanted to use, but it wasn't accessible to him. So he had to do other things. He had to engage in other hobbies to fill his boredom so that he wasn't self-destructive. And frankly, that is a common story that I have heard from dope fiends from Eastern Kentucky and West Virginia, who have said that the town is too small. Everyone knows each other. So if anyone got up to anything, everybody knows about it before 24 hours is over. So no one leaves their houses, and all everybody does is sit around getting high.
Yep, I can see
Cyber.
it. And hey, how's it go, bud? And yeah, that's one of the first things we learned in recovery is people, places, and things. You have to separate. And you never realize how powerful that was. Just like you're talking, you get them out of the places, and yeah, it changes everything. But now also, it doesn't have to be something near as traumatic. I mean, we are talking about a traumatic experience because we've lived it for many of us. But a lot of people out there are fighting battles that they will never voice. They never know. And that's one reason why I always support Project Duck Depression, because you can put little yellow ducks around and you can make somebody's life better. You don't have to be in the Discord community all the time or know them personally. Guarantee you put some ducks out there, people will find them, and it's going to make their lives a better day. So, guys, if you haven't already started following Project Duck Depression, please do so. I'm going to throw the link in the chat down here, and just jump in there. Get to know them and find out how you can help out your community, your area, because there are people around you don't even know are fighting a battle, and they need your help. Believe it or not, a duck can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, a little silly duck.
Yeah, it really does. And
It's the little tiny things. They start ripples.
they do. And just like Nexus, you're saying, just that one conversation in your Discord led to such a profound, life-changing event, man. That's awesome, brother. I'm proud of you for being there, and congratulations for being there to help them, and congratulations to him for accomplishing that, because that is a huge feat.
And that's just what I'm able to do when I'm just working within a local internet environment that I steward over. But everyone can do that sort of mutual aid in their own communities. Everyone can do that kind of activism. And I can actually report to everyone listening, and now and in the future, that the city of Baltimore just cut their homicide rate by 70% in the past year.
Wow.
This is one of the most violent cities in America, where they are commonly averaging 350 dead people a year. So when there's 365 days a year, you're getting a dead body a day to investigate. Like, that's a lot of murder. And a social scientist took that challenge on and discovered that a shocking amount of that violence is due to common intrapersonal, honorific relationship-related violence, and it has almost nothing to do with the drug trade, which is what, like, everybody's been saying for decades. Like, this is gang violence. They're fighting over money and drugs and territory. Well, no, that actually only accounts for 5 to 10% of all the murders in Baltimore, which, knowing that the city's infested with heroin and cocaine, you would think that there would be a lot more death from that if that was the cause. Well, no, it's 95% of it is honorific violence, meaning you're hitting on my girlfriend, I'm gonna kill you.
That's taking those personal things to a whole new level of extreme. And, I could see it. I mean, we deal with family traumas just at Thanksgiving dinners and, family events. Imagine doing this out in public where, that just gets crazy, man.
Sociocultural impact of honor killing and honor culture and honor violence goes back many, many hundreds of years and is not limited to, in any way, African American or urban inner city culture. This is a common thing in the white South as well. Like, everybody gets up to this sort of thing when it's, like, super deeply personal to them. And it turns out that the Baltimore approach was to take a bunch of people who went to jail for domestic violence and intrapersonal assault, and then to train them in conflict resolution. So what results is now you have basically a bunch of tough, well-respected ex-gangbangers in the community who have committed to nonviolent conflict resolution, and they've just gone around, spread out through the neighborhoods like a spider web. And as soon as somebody hears, hey, yo, like Tyrone wants to shoot Laquan because Laquan was hitting on Tyrone's girlfriend, then the network reaches out. They're like, yo, anyone know Tyrone? Like, we got to stop him before he caps this guy. And then 2 or 3 conflict resolvers who intimately know this guy's family will go there, preempt this, and go like, all right, we're sitting you two down, and you're gonna hash this out. And when they do this, they prevent murder.
They do.
That's amazing. And man, that is so profound. And that's one thing we don't do near enough of, is a form of intervention, whether it's sitting down, whether it's trying to help somebody. So many times intervention is, hey, let me control you and what you're going to do, versus, hey, let's try to get on the same page. Let's try to understand. And I think that's absolutely profound. That is brilliant. They've done that. And I wish we would do that across all the cities, across all the areas, because that is amazing. And, that's one thing that a lot of people don't do, even within their own families. I got to tell you, my family, we've had trauma. I think all families have. And there's still some of that I think all of us carry from our childhood, from growing up. We never really sat down and said, hey, when we were 12 and this happened, it still bothers me to this day. I still react. When you say this, I still do this, and it turns into this pissing match or a fight or an argument. And, conflict resolution is huge. I don't think we have ever seen that in a family area, let alone a city area, nearly to the degree we should. So I'm curious. Before we jump into giving you guys the sneak peek today that I promised, the surprise, what points have you done, or would you recommend, if somebody is having conflict with a family member or a friend or something, how would you recommend they approach that? Quick advice. What do you got?
Ooh, I want to hear CK tell me first.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I was doing a lot of thinking. The brain's blood is flowing.
Okay.
I would say this is not the easiest, but sack up and talk it out. Or if you're female, I don't know, whatever, lip up. I don't say that. Whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Honestly, because the thoughts and the overthinking will kill you way more than the actual problem. So if you can, whatever, have the courage to just face it head on, it's usually the best thing, because whether the person is whoever they are, if they hate you or love you, you either know or you're about to find out. So you might as well have that conversation and then see what comes from it, and see how you could work it out. The most distraught or destroyed relationships I've had or I've seen are when people leave things left unsaid, is what I would say. That's my quick advice. 60 seconds.
Absolutely. Perfect. I love it. And that's super important, is suck it up, sit down and deal with it, hash it out. I agree totally, brother. So what about you, Wild Angel? What do you got for us?
Don't assume you know what is going on in their head. Same individual that Serenity kind of tangled with on Thanksgiving. This person and I got into a screaming match over something. And it ended up with us both in tears, but we got so much out. I swore this person hated me. Because of frequent problems we have with communication. She swore I didn't like her. No, in fact, it's opposite. But because of past issues that got contaminated, our thought processes.
She
And
was misreading you.
And I was misreading her. I ended up going, fine, nothing I can do is right. I'm done. And I just kind of quit and just gave it bare minimum effort. I was civil, I was polite, but that was as far as it went. And so I finally, there was a straw that broke the camel's back. And yeah, we had a screaming match, and it was about 2 hours where we were just like, "Wah!" And it ended up, we've come to an agreement. And yeah, it was ugly, but you know, and women are a little more frequent at doing that. I mean, they're just like, "Rah!" And but then we all get it all out in the air and we're good. But yeah, it was just one of those that don't assume what's going through their head. Don't think you know what's in their head, because you know what? Maybe they're seeing something from you that you don't realize you're putting out. And
So
maybe
after the screaming
they're
match,
making assumptions.
right? So after the screaming match, how's your relationship now?
Much better.
Okay, that's good. I want to make sure we included that. It could have gotten bad.
We kind of got it out. We came to an agreement, and we have some code words.
Okay.
If you hear this, then you know there's a problem. Maybe you're projecting something that you're not intending it.
Mm,
So we kind of have our safe words now.
perfect.
And so, yeah, if I'm feeling a certain way because this person's saying something a certain way, I can say hey without saying hey to everybody. Yeah, without pulling a Serenity.
Wow. Thanks. Low blow. Oh, that one hurt. Okay.
You've been turned into a verb.
Perfect. Hey, I deserve it. I can take it. Not a problem there.
I'm just giving you crap, honey.
I know. I know you are.
But we've come up with this, and I think we're in a better place.
I would have to agree.
Time will tell if it maintains, but right now we're good.
Another, I was gonna say, it's another angle of what I was kind of saying. It was
Right,
addressing
exactly.
it instead of letting rumors or lie or just your own thoughts fill the air. Right? Same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Totally.
Absolutely. So what about you, Nexus? What kind of wisdom you got for us, brother?
Oh, you mean more than I'm already dropping? Yeesh.
Absolutely. We're going to go the interpersonal wisdom from your life experiences, my man.
If someone shows you in personal life that they cannot be trusted to keep secrets, then it stands to reason that they also cannot be trusted in business to keep secrets. And if you go into business with your friends, you should be mindful of the difference.
Yes. We talked about this last week about the drama you were trying to sort out. That was a mess.
Yeah.
Anything better on that front?
Oh, that one. No, the jury's still out on that one.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a new one was fallen into my arms, as it were, as I was asked by another business person who is being essentially privately disparaged in his social network by a group of people who have it in for him. In essence, they are conspiring to slander his professional reputation in the world of AI startups for no particular reason. And in essence, it's costing him opportunities. And he's getting very frustrated because at this point, he's wondering what's going to give.
Right.
Because he's really tired of like walking into a room only to have to dispel some kind of fake rumor about his personal life. Basically, it's really disgusting. I asked him if included in his contracts when he was working with these folks, if there was any like non-disparagement clauses and what direction they flow. And basically, he has to say nothing bad in public about them in order to get a certain essentially vesting cliff fulfilled. And in exchange, they get to say whatever they want about him, and
Oh,
they don't actually have any, like, they don't even have to tell anybody the truth about the drama that they're mad at him about. Like, they can just sort of make stuff up, and homie literally has no recourse if he wants his equity. So he's
Man.
in this really harsh, basically nuts in a vice grip kind of situation, and
ouch.
he's trying to
That-
wiggle his way out.
Yeah, that's brutal, man. Thankfully I don't have to deal with that too often. I've always been kind of that person who's like, yeah, I screwed up, my bad, and that's crazy. And so, for my advice, guys, here's something that we discussed this. In fact, me and this individual had this talk today. Is especially in my generation and older generations, the concept of being strong was no matter what happens, you got this. You're in control. You don't break down. You don't cry. You don't show emotion. No, you're firm like a rock. Very stoic, as Wild Angel calls it. I'm breaking that mold. I'm going totally the opposite direction. The way I've raised my children, the way I've learned to believe after recovery is that being stoic or being firm like rock is not strong. It's hiding. It's lying to yourself and lying to others. True courage, true honesty is being vulnerable, is sharing your emotion, is being the person who walks up knowing you screwed up, like I knew I screwed up, and saying, hey, I screwed up. I was wrong. And I feel bad about it. I'm ashamed about how this played out. And I can only take accountability for my part of it. Yes, I feel that this is what occurred and this is what I perceive. But I don't think it was right. I think I could have done better. And so many people think of admitting your fault or admitting your weakness or that you were scared or that you were afraid or that you reacted poorly is a sign of weakness. And it's not. Not even close. It's an act of true courage and strength to admit your own faults. So please don't fall into that trap thinking that you're all this superpower and everything else, because you're not. Really, you're just a closed-off, isolated individual trying to protect yourself. Have the courage to put yourself out there and say, yeah, dude, I screwed up, my bad. Or that, yes, when you do this scares the hell out of me. And that's why I react. Share your emotions, share your experiences, because that's how you will truly connect with an individual or with a group of people. And yeah, some are going to make fun of you. Some are going to ridicule you or maybe even take advantage of it. But you know what? They're going to show their true colors very quickly. And you're going to know exactly who to remove from your life. Like we talked earlier, people, places, and things. Those people are utilizing that against you. They're not your friends to begin with. I don't care if they're family or not. If they're using those vulnerabilities against you, get them out of your life. Family is not blood, in my opinion. Family is one of respect and joy in each other's lives. That's what true family is all about. That's what we try to build here at Down Home Crypto, is true family. We don't have to be of the same mother, father, bloodline, or even the same country. That's irrelevant. What does matter is that we care about each other, and we want to see other people succeed. We don't try and knock them down. We don't try to hold them back. We try to give them opportunities. So if you're the type that thinks that strength and power comes from being stoic and always strong and be that rock against the wind, man, it's not. Being the reed in the wind that bends, that flows, and gives. That's what true strength is. So, we have had our heartfelt wisdom. I have promised you guys a surprise, so we're not going to close the stream out just yet. I'm going to give you the surprise now. Then we'll come back. Then we'll do the close out. Okay, so don't think this is the end, because it's not yet. So, guys, yesterday, before going to Thanksgiving dinner, I was graced with an early release of a brand new Sonic Siren video. And many of you probably saw it on YouTube if you're following Sonic Sirens. Now, if you're not already following Sonic Siren Studios, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. And I do recommend go check them out, because I'm going to give you the release of yesterday, but another surprise, there was a brand new song released today. So I'm going to play one for you from yesterday. I'm going to let you go find the second one yourself. So if you're ready, here is a grand preview of Sonic Siren's new one called...
I am more than my reactions, more than panic in my veins. I am echoes in a hallway carrying my my parents' pains, all the hunger in the wiring, all the nightmares in my sleep are the artifacts of battles that my blood agreed to keep. But I am not just signal noise, not a script that must repeat. I can feel the field around me, rising soft beneath my feet. Here I stand inside the field, where the broken lines can heal. I am not condemned to follow every ghost my genes reveal. Let new patterns form inside, let old patterns lose their hold. By my choices, breath and courage, I rewrite the stories told. There are scars in my genetics, there are memories in my bones. Wars and famines, quiet heartbreak stacked like unmarked, unnamed stones. Every trigger is a time gate, every flashback is a door to a life that never knew me, but still shakes me to the core. When the past comes like a fever, when the shame begins to sells me panic, when the culture feeds me hate, when the algorithm's poison starts to tell me it is fate, I will pull the lens in closer, I will watch my own mind move, I will question every story till compassion is the groove. I will honor all survivors who encoded fight and fear, then I choose a softer future for the ones who follow here. Here I stand inside the field, where the broken lines can heal. I am not condemned to follow every ghost my genes reveal. Let new patterns form inside, let old patterns lose their hold. By my choices, breath and courage, I rewrite the stories told. I am more than my reactions, I am more than borrowed pain. In the quiet of this moment, I can change the ancient game.
There we go, guys. The premiere of The Wire of Me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I love that one because of the message. I don't have to be who I was yesterday.
Right.
I don't have to be who my genetics say I have to be. I can change. There is hope in change.
Absolutely. And we forget that so often, especially holiday get-togethers, like we talked about earlier. Our old self seems to come back, but just because that's the way we were born, that's the way we grew up, does not mean that's who we have to be today. So yeah, that song has a ton of hope and courage and inspiration to make ourselves better than what we were.
Absolutely.
What do you think, CK? You're awful quiet down there, buddy.
No, I thought it was amazing. Not that Cyril leaked it to me 2 hours before the show or anything.
Took away my surprise.
Listeners, but this was the public premiere, so
Yes.
No, it was very good. It was very good. I forget what I said to him before about it, but it was a great song. I put a lot. He's very good at putting things into words that sometimes people struggle to put into words, I would say.
Right. I would agree.
Me too.
And I gotta say that's one thing that guys, if you don't know, Cyril is part of Wolves of Wall Street, Nexus community. He's part of Down Home Crypto, our community. He's everywhere. This is like the man behind crypto everywhere. He's been on Freaky Friday with us. He's been through this entire journey with us. And as smart as he is on numbers and strategy and everything else, he has got one of the biggest hearts I have ever seen in anybody in this community or anywhere in the world. So if you haven't already, please go follow Sonic Siren Studio. I put a link right there in the chat, and I will let you know that the other new release, just released today, 8 hours ago, is Roots, also by Cyril Kier from Sonic Siren Studios. So if you want to go check it out, that is where you go. And speak of the devil, we got a party crasher, guys. He just snuck in, Mr. Cyril Kier himself.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I am so sorry that I am late. It was, I got caught up with something. I apologize.
No need to apologize, brother. Hey, life happens,
happens.
my man.
How's Rose doing?
Good. Everyone's doing well, thank you.
Good.
Nice. So how was your guys' Thanksgiving?
It was good. How was everybody else's?
Serenity
Pretty
started
good.
a fight.
It was good.
I did. I totally did.
Oh,
That
you
was our
started
topic
fighting.
tonight. I did. And then today I went and I made amends, and I had to hash it out, talk it out, and take accountability for my actions and build a better relationship within the family. So it worked out well all in the end.
Oh, good. It sounds like you handled it appropriately in the end. And that's the thing, sometimes we're going to make mistakes, but we are more, we're more than that. It's about growth and being better and accountability. So, yeah, well done.
Exactly. So, I'm really curious because we just had the premiere of your brand new song, "The Wiring of Me," and shed some thoughts because a lot of people just heard this for the first time right here, and I told them I'm not going to give them roots. They're going to have to go find it, and they're going to have to follow you. But I would really like to know because I was just talking you up. I don't know if you heard it or not, but you're one of the smartest guys I know in crypto. Honestly, straight up. Very few people in this area could even come close to your knowledge, experience, and logical thinking. It's mind-blowing. But yet you have such a huge heart, and there's so much passion and emotion with you. How do you balance this stuff out?
Well, I mean, life's about all of it, right? That's the duality of it. That's what we're here to do. We're here to experience. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. And I take great joy in that and have for several decades now, But the more you learn and the more you understand, the more you love, because to understand is to love.
Very true. And it comes out in all of your songs. And, I'm always blown away. I got to say, Si, when I'm going through the playlist here on Sonic Siren Studios, I don't think you've had a song that I couldn't associate down deep to my soul and find a piece of me in all of these songs. So how do you even come up with it? And it's crazy.
Well, it's all struggles that we all deal with because we're all connected, right? And so I think when you strip away the superficial and you speak to the root of the matter, you're going to reach pretty much everybody.
Yeah, remember when I said earlier about using trauma to fuel creative pursuits? Yeah, Cyril's kind of helping me with that, and I help him with that, and it goes both ways.
Yep.
And that's super important. So, is there any backstory that you want to share about Roots before people go out and find them themselves? And guys, definitely go follow Sonic Siren Studios as soon as this broadcast is over. But do you want to give us a glimpse into that, or what they should expect going into it?
Just close your eyes and give it a listen and connect with the message. Unless you need to read the lyrics, I understand that some individuals may need to be able to do that, and that's why I like to give the lyric videos as well. So, I hope it resonates with you.
Absolutely,
and
and
it's kind of like a little prayer, if you will.
Okay. Nice. And thank you for putting the lyrics, because where I do have bad hearing, some of these words I can't always understand. And I say the Wiring of Me, when I first heard it without the lyrics, I missed about every third word. I couldn't pick him out. And so once I saw the video, it really jumped out. So guys, you have to subscribe, go check him out, and go through his whole playlist. You know, you've got the weekend to enjoy it, so trust me, it will be an emotional adventure you will never forget.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I find that auditory processing disorders tend to be fairly common again, with those who are neurodivergent. So it's just due to the way the loop feedbacks work with the way the brain receives the signals. So it takes a couple minutes longer to, catch on something. That's why when someone says something, you're like, huh? And then you're like, oh, wait, yeah. And then you answer it because it just took you a minute or two longer to, process it fully. And that can be difficult to do in real time with music, right? Until you listen to the song a whole bunch of times. So.
Absolutely. Put it on repeat. I do. I go in there, and you can go in the playlist and just play everything and just tell it to repeat. And it'll play the whole playlist back to back.
I know with my hearing issues, because of being on the firing ranges and everything, I've also lost like that mid tone. And so female voices for me are somewhat difficult. And so thank you so much for being sensitive to that and putting out those lyric videos, because I have gotten some pretty garbled messages from music before.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about, I'm always trying to reach the underserved, the groups that people tend to overlook, because it's all about accessibility and proliferation. Absolutely.
So, saw you missed the advice earlier, so I'm going to give you an opportunity here because I put everybody on the spot, but I didn't get to put you on the spot. So, of course, I got to do it because I love you so much. Oh, no. It's an easy one, I promise. If somebody is at a family event or they're dealing with trauma or communication with family members that maybe they're still dealing with hostility from when they were 12 and they're full adults and these triggers are still happening, what would you advise to get past that or to clear that wreckage of the past?
First and foremost, protect your peace. Don't put yourself into a situation where there's going to be issues, right? It is okay to say, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to make it this year for XYZ reason, and have your own at-home thing, right? Don't allow the pressures and expectations of others to turn you into someone who's just running to serve and please instead of growth and protecting your own peace, right? You need to give yourself that time and that grace, right? To be able to come to terms with what you need to come to terms with.
Absolutely. And that's a huge one because people get pressured all the time. Well, what do you mean you're not going to be there? Do you not love me anymore? I mean, I've heard that before. I don't know about anybody else here.
I promise my presence is not a condition of my love, and I will see you soon.
Like that. There you go. The master at work right there. So, guys, that does wrap up our evening tonight. But is there anything you guys want to share or anything we haven't covered that you want to throw out there before we close it out tonight?
Don't forget that Stranger Things dropped the new season. The first 4 episodes are out.
Oh, are they? Ooh, yeah. I gotta go check those out. Okay, I know what we're watching tonight.
Yes, you do. and that's what I wound up getting caught up with. My kiddo asked me to watch because they are a huge Stranger Things fan. So yeah, I lost track of time.
Dude, you know me. I will never judge anybody for spending quality time with their friends, family, or loved ones. That is quality time. And time is the most valuable asset on the planet. Do not waste it on frivolous things. Spend it with those you love, those that really matter. Because that, in the end, is what life is all about, is making those connections.
Absolutely. Well
okay. Said. Thank you. So, guys, gals, I want to thank you for tuning in the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday in the midst of all the chaos, spending the time here with us because you are my family, and hopefully we are part of yours. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. We'll catch you next Friday, and I'm going to leave you out with another one-of-a-kind original by Mr. Cyrok here under Sonic Siren Studios. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you next Friday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Nobody else waving. I'm the only one. Nobody else has hands.
I was typing.
Stay
love you guys.
Beautiful.
There you go. Catch you next Friday.
I've walked through the fire, chased every shadow.